Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So I found this interesting, and I'll definitely share the link to the video in the description box. And this is from KCAL News. Thank you, KCAL News.
Continues tonight over an L.A.P.D. internal investigation that involves the FBI.
Investigators say officers in the Mission area gang unit were caught not using their body cams and not properly documenting traffic stops. KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is here now with the latest developments. Tom.
And Juan Rube, the investigation is intensifying tonight. So according to the L.A.P.D. Chief Michael Moore, their investigation has already uncovered more officers who were not using their body cams. It's unclear how this expansive investigation.
So they're not using their body cams. Why should we be surprised? And Michael Moore left in shame as well.
Investigation could get. The L.A.P.D. Mission Area Police Station is now under FBI scrutiny. The investigation centers in part on why officers from the Mission Area Gang Enforcement Detail were not using their body cameras and not properly documenting a detention, according to L.A.
Not properly documenting a detention. That's pretty serious. It also reminds me of how many people die in jail.
L.A.P.D. Chief Michael Moore, the investigation was triggered by someone in the community who was stopped, searched, and detained by the officers in question. The person who was stopped ultimately complained about their treatment, which triggered an internal affairs investigation.
My personal opinion regarding internal affairs, they are all in on it together. That's my opinion.
I think there's more going on beyond just the body cams.
Timothy Williams is a retired senior detective with the L.A.P.D. with over 30 years experience in law enforcement and a use of force expert.
They need to audit not only the gang details, but all law enforcement. You do spot checks. You can't do it.
Me personally, I don't know what I think since this guy was in the LAPD. And it's unfortunate, but everything that I've seen is so dirty and corrupt. Like, I'm actually extremely disappointed, like, extremely so. I always knew police corruption was real, but I never understood how deep it went until you see it right in your face on camera.
You can't do everybody, but you do spot checks, and you want to know if the cameras are being activated when they're supposed to, and they turn their stuff in, and they document when they make these field stops and things of this nature.
According to Chief Moore, as internal affairs.
No offense, but that's just kind of like fluff talk. That's what I feel like that is, just fluff talk.
Continued their investigation, they identified additional officers in the same division who also did not activate their body cams. Mayor Bass this week issued a statement about the ongoing and growing investigation.
She's one person I would never trust. So anyways, I'm not much into politics at all, but my commentary on these kinds of things, regarding basically they're not using their body cams. They're falsifying reports over at Hollywood, and I know there's a lot more departments that probably happens, but we've seen it right in our face. I've seen it in Denver PD now, too, with some of the videos I've been seeing out there. So I just did a little digging, and I'm going to be doing a little more digging on some of the history of L.A.P.D., And I really don't have very many thoughts right now. I wished I had more. But, and I also, my opinion is that, I mean, I do think FBI probably does do some good work, but they're kind of in on the whole L.A.P.D. thing too, because I remember hearing somewhere of all the, like, cross-hiring and, like, in other words, you know, people that were in internal affairs used to work at the FBI, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Just like you have this guy commenting on the L.A.P.D. when he's retired from there. You know, it's that old blue wall of silence, but this is straight up, a lot of police officers are not following the law in any shape or form, not even remotely following the law. Abusing people, abusing suspects, detaining people unlawfully. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. It's truly a disappointment. Anyways, peace, guys. I'll put the link in the description box. And thank you to KCAL News.